Well, hello, Michael here, looking at Psalms 44, specifically verse 3 and 4 for the exposition. Let's go ahead and read the first 4 verses of this psalm, which is subtitled, Come to our help. Verse 1. We have heard with our ears, O God. Our fathers have told us what work thou didst in their days, in the times of old. Verse 2. How thou didst drive out the heathen with thy hand, and plantest them. How thou didst afflict the people, and cast them out. Verse 3. For they got not the land in possession by their own sword, neither did their own arm save them. But thy right hand, and thy arm, and the light of thy countenance, because thou hadst a favour unto them. And verse 4. Thou art my King, O God. Command deliverances for Jacob. And so we look to the treasure of David for the exposition. Verse 3. For they got not the land in possession by their own sword. Behold how the Lord alone was exalted in bringing his people to the land which floweth with milk and honey. He in his distinguishing grace had put a difference between Canaan and Israel, and therefore by his own effectual power he wrought for his chosen and against their adversaries. The tribes fought for their allotments, but their success was wholly due to the Lord who wrought with them. The warriors of Israel were not inactive, but their valor was secondary to that mysterious, divine working by which Jericho's wall fell down and the hearts of the heathen failed them for fear. The efforts of all the men of arms were employed, but as these would not have been futile without divine succor, all the honor is ascribed unto the Lord. The passage may be viewed as a beautiful parable of the work of salvation. Men are not saved without prayer, repentance, etc. But none of those save a man's salvation is altogether of the Lord. Canaan was not conquered without the armies of Israel, but equally true is it that it was not conquered by them. The Lord was the conqueror, and the people were but instruments in his hands. Neither did their own arms save them. They could not ascribe their memorable victories to themselves. He who made sun and moon stand still for them was worthy of all their praise. A negativist put both upon their weapons and themselves, as if to show how ready men are to ascribe success to second causes. But thy right hand, and thine arm, and the light of thy countenance, the divine hand actively fought for them. The divine arm powerfully sustained them with more than human energy, and the divine smile inspired them with dauntless courage. Who would not win with such triple health, though earth, death, and hell should rise in war against him? What mattered the tallness of the sons of Enoch, or the terror of their chariots of iron? They were as nothing when Jehovah arose from the avenging of Israel, because thou hadst a favour unto them. Here is a fountain from whence every stream of mercy flows. The Lord's delight in his people, his peculiar affection, his distinguishing regard. This is the mainspring which moves every wheel of a gracious providence. Israel was a chosen nation, hence their victories and the scattering of their foes. Believers are an elect people, hence the spiritual blessings and conquests. There was nothing in the people themselves to secure them success. The Lord's favor alone did it, and it is ever so in our case. Our hope of final glory must not rest on anything in ourselves, but on the free and sovereign favor of the Lord of hosts. Oh, yes. Verse 4. Thou art my King, O God. Knowing right well thy power and grace, my heart is glad to own thee for her sovereign prince. Who among the mighty are so illustrious as thou art? To whom then should I yield my homage or turn for aid? God of my fathers in the olden time, thou art my soul's monarch and liege lord. Command deliverances for Jacob. To whom should a people look but to their king? He it is who, by virtue of his office, fights their battles for them. In the case of our king, how easy it is for him to scatter all our foes. O Lord, the King of kings, with what ease canst thou rescue thy people? A word of thine can do it. Give but the command, and thy persecuted people shall be free. Jacob's long life was crowded with trials and deliverances, and his descendants are here called by his name, as if to typify the similarity of their experience to that of their great forefather. He who would win the blessings of Israel must share the sorrows of Jacob. This verse contains a personal declaration and an intercessory prayer. Those can pray best who make most sure of their personal interests in God, and those who have the fullest assurance that the Lord is their God should be the foremost to plead for the rest of the tried family of the faithful. Indeed, trust you enjoyed this meditation. Michael here declaring once again, Jesus is Lord. Until next time, be blessed.